Today I'm going to share with you my biggest mistake yet in crypto. I've been scammed, I've had everything happen to me, but this is probably by far the worst in terms of the deception, in terms of the lies, in terms of just the crazy things that I've just uncovered with the team of people trying to go after Freeway. Freeway, it was another platform like BlockFi, Nexo, Celsius, but there's a lot of really weird stuff that's been popping up. Right now they're in liquidation. We're trying to find out if there's any actual money left in the actual company. I'm gonna present to you guys what I have found, and hopefully this gives you some clarity as to how freaking crazy this actually is. So this video is gonna be dedicated into explaining how this scam happened, what exactly happened, and then more recent events as to what lies have come about and what truths have come out of those lies. And so I'm going to share all of this stuff with you guys so that we can put the Freeway thing to bed. You can know what's happening and what's actually going on right now, and that we can move on into the bull market and not make these types of mistakes ever again. I had no money in BlockFi, I had no money in Celsius, I had no money in Nexo, I had no money in all those platforms. Yield App, partner of mine, still available, still around, didn't die in the bear market. Amazing for them. Most of the stuff died. Celsius and Anchor and Luna. I missed everything. FTX. I missed all of that, right? Freeway was the one that got me, and it's because it was not supposed to be linked to crypto. It was supposed to be linked to FX trading, so on, so on, so on. Now it's time to expose the scam. So there's one man, I think, that was really behind it. Maybe some people complicit, but I think the mastermind was friends with a guy who is well known to be a gigantic scammer, running from the police for many years. And apparently they didn't know that this was the same person. The same guy like Graham, who told me that James from Finex Flow might be a little bit of a shady character. Let's go into a little bit of the story, and I'll kind of give you guys a little bit of background as to what happened. So with Graham, there was a lot of trust built from the last cycle. He was a friend of mine. We did deals together. Everything was always pretty kosher and above board. Everything seemed okay. When I was brought in to help them with their tokenomics, and we did that, and that worked great. And then we had a launch, and that was great. And then they had this product that they were going to launch, Access for All Freeway, which was an amazing concept. Had a little bit of high rewards, but I figured they would start high and then they would reduce them because FX trading can make at least, like, you know, good traders make 100%, 150% a year. So I was like, this is really good. Bear market, I could put money in there. You know, that's kind of how I got caught. A lot of people got caught. And unfortunately, because I believed in it so much, other people also followed me into the space. So anyone that followed me and got wrecked or anything that happened, I'm really sorry. This is not something that I could have predicted. I was working close with the team, felt all right. Everyone seemed good. And then obviously things happen and you find out truths, and it's really part of the space and part of all the world. There's scams everywhere out there. We have to be a lot smarter as to how we actually access this stuff. So I'm just gonna jump right in and I'm gonna show you guys my loss. Okay, so I went to Freeway and I just want to show you guys fully transparent. This is my live account. I have not done inspect on any of this stuff. Like, it's all legit. This is how much rewards I should have earned by now, which is a lot. It's $2,078,000, even with the adjusted rewards being lower, which I told them to do from the start, but we won't worry about all that stuff right now. I'm down, minus this amount, about $3 million. It's a lot of money. It's not something small. Obviously, I have no access to this capital, so there's not much I can do. I have 450 ETH in there that I can't access. I have almost 31 and a half BTC that I can't access, and about 3.2 million US dollars that I can't access. Now, some of that's rewards, et cetera, but you guys get the point, right? I did not get an exit. I did not do anything wrong. I was a victim as much as anyone else that got screwed. Some people were insinuating that because I wasn't speaking out earlier because I wanted to get the evidence so I could do this video for you guys. And let's go into like the meat and potatoes here. So Freeway platform misused $160 million of customer funds, court filing says. Now, I was part of helping the group of people to expose Freeway once I saw evidence going to lean towards it. And I didn't speak out right away because I wanted to get where we were going, which was liquidation, so we could find any of the assets and so on and so forth. Basically, Freeway misappropriated our funds. They did not actually do anything to help us get our funds back. Ardu has admitted that deposits at Freeway superchargers were transferred to a brokerage account at Ardu Prime in Aubit's own name to get a credit line from Ardu, which was as high as $130 million. So basically they were using our money to get credit lines to get more money, and then what were they doing with that? That is the question. There's a couple pieces of information that I'll share with you. Basically, Ardu and Freeway were supposed to be the same company. They bought in 20%. They said this live. Sadie, one of the co-CEOs, said it live that they're co-CEOs. So we start looking at Ardu. Aubit blames Ardu Prime for its failure to process withdrawals. So they're saying that Ardu was not processing the withdrawals, even though Aubit technically also was a part owner of Ardu. Ardu Prime is apparently associated with fraudster Anthony Constantinou. So all Aubit, Graham, Sadie, Matthew, all the people, Peter, etc., were saying that Ardu Prime, the prime brokerage, is associated with Anthony Constantinou, okay? They also said on the other side that he worked with them and that they didn't know who he was. Anthony Kenton, they couldn't figure it out. Bullshit, by the way. Now I'm gonna get to how fucked up this part is, because really it's beyond your wildest dreams of how crazy this shit is, okay? So they said that it's his fault, and he's been committed and convicted of defrauding UK investors since I think it's 2013, 2014, and he's been on the run for a long time. And you'd think a brokerage, a prime brokerage, which is completely responsible, would not have hired someone like this. And I personally don't believe it either. You're gonna see how messed up this is in a little bit when I play you guys the video of Graham actually talking 6 months after the withdrawal stopped to Anthony, saying how great of a night they had. Now they have slushies and more. And his girlfriend, who's now not his girlfriend, giving us all the truths about who Graham is, the lies that he has told. I'm gonna go deep on this shit. So then you see this side. Freeway is run by Aubit, which is owned and operated by Ardu Prime. Ardu is likely who Freeway refers to when mentioning they work with a leading firm. Ardu is 23 years old in Forex and crypto. Whether Ardu's leading firm is subjective. Some of the members of the community claim that Aubit was owned by Ardu on Aubit. They're basically the same company, and actually that was a real fact. So Capital Market Commission temporarily suspends the operating license for Ardu Prime. So now all of a sudden, Ardu Prime, a little bit later, we got there, with petitioning and stuff, we got Ardu Prime closed down. Now that is a prime brokerage. People definitely can go to jail. The decision has an immediate effect. And basically, that is a really big step forward. This whole time, Graham has been telling me, and the guy from Ardu, Sabonis or whatever his name is, we got on a call because they were like, we didn't screw anyone over. We never scammed anyone, blah, blah, blah. We'll prove it to you, coach. All right, so here's Graham, myself, and Sordis from Ardu all on a call, and him trying to show me, okay, look, we do have money trading. We do have Aubit International USDC, USDT, you see all the accounts right down here, right? And I was like, okay, cool. Then they're like, all right, here's the trading accounts, all this stuff here. Great, awesome. Here's another trading account, and here's what it has in it, and so on and so forth in the trades. Also, the amounts that they're in there. And as you can see, it seems like everything's always at a loss with these guys. So I was kind of questioning that as well. And, there's some more. I'm going to show you this as well, just so that you guys can see at the elaborate scheme that was actually being run here. It's insane. All right, to just show you this is true and not something I'm making up, this is the actual email from Graham, from Ardu, right? Sending me an attachment of the letters I'm about to show you, right? So you can see there's the attachment of these two, as well as this one down here. I'm gonna show you what those say. So here's the first one, proving that, oh yeah, man, guaranteed that we lost all your money. And here's proof. We lost $98 million, $623,235 in one day. But here's the thing, the main account settlement lost 38 million, but apparently they had credit for another like 50 million, 60 million US dollars. Now, we gave them all of our money, so why the hell were they taking credit, and where was the credit coming from? They were telling us, oh yeah, the Bitcoin and ETH, we sold it and we use it for trading. Then where is it? And why was the account for Bitcoin and Ethereum going to some random ass exchange or Binance? How is that working out? How does that make any sense? Wouldn't it have gone to the brokerage that actually lets you use Ethereum and Bitcoin? You'd start asking a lot of questions, wouldn't you? Right, so was I. And they're showing all the proof here. And this is what's going all the liquidators to prove that these guys are liars. And you know what? SBF is about to have a roommate in Graham Doggart. And honestly, with the amount of lies and deception this asshole has done, I will not feel bad for him at all if he goes to jail. Here's a little bit later, when I asked for the summary in May, he's like, look, this is the end of the day on the 4th, April 28th of 2023. Here's how much money we have now in Aubit International's different accounts. Lost all our Bitcoin, lost all our ETH. Oh, actually, let me go backwards. So this is what they say they had in the exchange, but somehow they needed credit. They needed credit against this stuff, which may or may not have been true. But the reality is this. They had taken credit of $60 million. Why? You already had all this money. Why would you need to take loans and credit unless you were taking the money out of the exchange because it's in Aubit Internationals and all of us were not creditors, which is exactly what they told us, which is exactly why they came out with another platform with 15% a year, and it's guaranteed with only a 2% stop loss. This was also supposed to have a 2% stop loss. Guess what happened to that? Nothing. These motherfuckers lost $98 million in one day. It was supposed to be a 2% that all things cut off. So what's 2% of 160 million? How much were they supposed to lose? A few million? So how the hell did that happen? Was, the big question, there ever actual trades happening? Companies and people can create this garbage that you're seeing on the screen. But that doesn't mean it's real or truthful, right? Sure, it came from their head office, apparently. Could have been doctored. Could have just been a deleted part of this thing and then put that there. Who knows? But it's signed off. Maybe that's why Ardu is also now in trouble. Maybe it was all of them together. Maybe that makes the most amount of sense. Well, maybe we'll just find them and let the police deal with it. Or someone bad might find them that lost money and are really angry. I don't really know what's going to happen. That's not my place to judge. But all I know is this. All of this money turned into this overnight when they were supposed to have a 2% stop loss. They lost half of all of our money. Half isn't so bad, right? Wrong. Because not only did they lose half of our money, they also lost all of our interest. Because there was apparently $32 million of their own money in that 160. Who actually let this happen? How did this actually happen? Why are you giving me this information? To try and prove that you didn't do anything wrong? Or maybe you're in on it, Ardu Prime. And maybe that's why you're in this situation right now, where your license got suspended temporarily, and maybe to figure out if what Freeway's saying is true, or to figure out if what Ardu's saying is true. That's the question we don't know. So, who is the person that they talked about, this Anthony Constantinou guy? He is a guy on the hunt. They're hunting for him for doing a £70 million Ponzi investment scam. That's about the same amount of money missing from Freeway, by the way. Maybe there was some people like Anthony and Graham are about the same age, and maybe they were friends, and Graham's a lot of time in Greece and Malta, and so was this mother fudger. So let's ask, who is this guy? He was sentenced to 14 years in jail not too long ago on the 9th of June, 2023, but he's been under wraps since 2013. You're telling me this face, if you ran it on a KYC platform, this wouldn't have popped up and said, this is not Anthony Kent? Come on. Let's be real here, people. That is a bullshit ass lie. He's a career criminal, this guy. He's literally being sought after by the London police, and right now they're trying to find him and extradite him. Look at this part. He was arrested in Bulgaria last month while trying to enter Turkey in possession of false documents, and he later was released by officers, and they believe that he's now in Turkey or Dubai, but he also has family connections to Greece and Cyprus. Yeah, all the scammers always go to Dubai. They get protected there for some whatever reason. But as you can see, this guy is definitely guilty of an investment scam. He ran away from the friggin' courts. He is the worst of the worst. And the company that he had was CMW. It ran from 2013 to 2015, about the same amount of time that Freeway was actually running before it somehow blew up. Pretty weird, isn't it, huh? It's a pretty weird situation. Yeah, so following research, they found that CMW's finances showed extravagant spending of clients' funds, $3 million spent on his lifestyle events, including his wedding and a CMW party launch, and so on, and so on, and so on. Now, I'm going to get to the good part soon, so don't go anywhere, because if you believe in justice, I'm going to show you guys so much evidence right now in the next 10 minutes. It's going to blow your mind. And then I'm going to end it with what his girlfriend said in a message and the video And if you guys are not convinced that this guy is a Ponzi scheming scammer and that some people were actually right and I should have listened to them early on, well, so next thing they tell him, oh, he's on the run. So this Anthony Constantinou guy is on the run. And remember what Freeway said about Anthony Constantinou, okay? They said he was working with them. They were working with him. He said, she said. So who's CMW? They launched a class action lawsuit from an offshore bank, $50 million of fraud. Guess what we did? $160 million fraud. Or that's pounds, so maybe it's 70 million. All of this money was gone. Basically, they siphoned the money out. But here's the craziest part. They never actually traded any of the funds. And even worse, Chelsea Football Club was working with them. They were using them as their online Forex trading partner. And this shows that like a lot of people can be had. And look at this, $49 million having left their account at DMS, 1.2 million was frozen. So literally, I'm expecting the worst from the liquidators, because if that's true, then we might not even have any money worth even worrying about at this point. So they did the sports sponsorship stuff. These are the people they were working with. You can see like how they worked and how they scam people is just getting that football club, rugby club, like Freeway had rugby and all this stuff in there. Just use them to build legitimacy around the world. So he's gotten charged, but he's also charged with sexually assaulting former employees. Now here's another really interesting thing that's going to come up in a short while. I just want to finish just doing a couple more of these so you can see how crazy this actually will be in the allegation that his ex-girlfriend just made. And I'll read it for you verbatim. You'll be blown away. And then I'm going to show you guys the video so we can end this and everyone can know what type of piece of shit Graham Doggart is. Okay, so here's another one. Boom. Hiding in the shadows. So there's people talking about he was gone, he's left. Some people believe in it still. Apparently 12 months for the Old Bailey. Disappointing, only 12 months he'll be back out. He never stayed 12 months. He got more than that. And guess what? He promised they would refund them. All this bull crap. To get straightforward with you, that never happened. Okay? Now let's go look at the meat and potatoes of this whole situation. All right, so this is his girlfriend who he was with when I actually met him in Thailand for 1 hour, and then he left and went somewhere else to Singapore to do a deal, which was bullshit, right? But let's get on the point. My name is Katarina. I want to tell everyone that Graham is a scam artist, and he promised he'd marry me after he takes all my money from my company. He said to me that he would wait until Anthony's court finishes in London, then take blame to him and attention to him. He said to me that he is the smartest and fool everyone. Everyone think it was Anthony and Ardu because of his history. He says so much to me when we did cocaine together. Graham, at one point, when I was in Thailand, said that he can't do drugs because he gets drug tested and he has a $60 million life insurance policy just in case anything happens to him because of the fact that he was in Freeway. Like, these are the lies and deception that this motherfucker created. He said that he is sad he has to do this to Anthony because he helped him very much, but he's finished anyway. Okay? He's sad that he's doing it. Now I have found that the girls he spends so much money on, drivers, club owners in Athens and in Mykonos, he deserved to be shown the world who he is. So basically, this is his Russian girlfriend who he promised to marry to basically get her out of Russia, etc. He takes the Royal Ascot Rolex Dior. He takes Mykonos more. I have found and convinced all to say what the man he is. This video is May 2023. October was when this platform went down of the year before. Okay, this is like 8 months after. When court was happening, I also secret recorded him when he was taking cocaine and told me all his plans. So we don't have that video yet, but we're probably going to get that soon. He scammed all, but not for long. He said he fooled his partner who introduced him, Anthony, who know him for many years, Peter. So Peter was also someone who knew Anthony, which is messed up, Peter. Bro, you're CFO. If that's true, that's really, really bad on your ass, bro. I have a video from Villa in Mykonos Club. Open Magnum Don Perignon. Shout, I am the only one who opened Magnum. Very many pictures girls have Graham's penis. Classy guy. Oh, that goes with Anthony's sexual assault, doesn't it? Birds of a feather flock together, don't they? Very much money spending all of our money. He's a villain. Athens videos. Mark the Lord enjoy many girls and many good times. Everyone now put together to bring truth. It take me long time because I have to be safe place for he not able touch me. So this is this third person that said that they're scared of this motherfucker trying to come after them and hurt them physically and have people watching over them. This is the type of sickness. This is like the Scientologist kind of psychopathic shit that I think is happening. Now, if you're a Scientologist and you're a good person, great, but I haven't met any. Now, let's watch the video because I'm sure that's what all of you would love to see.
Okay, so we now have some Instagram tricks from Katerina. Thank you very much. Anthony, I hope you're good. I know it's been a tough couple of days. We had a great night. Thank you very much. Dionysus didn't drink the B52 as you told him not to. And yeah, we had a fantastic time, and you can see we have alcoholic slushies and we're having good fun. So thank you, mate. Speak soon.
So no doubt there's definitely something wrong. No doubt we've been lied to. No doubt there's been deception. No doubt in my mind that Graham did scam us. He pays women for sex. He went and spent all of our money in clubs and Mykonos and all this stuff. Did he ever actually make money for us? Or was it just a credit loan against capital that he took out? I don't know for sure. We're going to find out soon with the creditors and the liquidators and everyone that's there. But this is why I came out now and said something, because I feel like I had to and I was responsible to tell you guys the truth. If you're not following me, definitely do that right now. I will expose anyone who tries to scam myself or anyone else in this industry. I will always do what's right, and I will never take your money or anyone else's money and use it on myself. This has been a huge letdown, hurt my reputation badly because people thought I was involved, but I hope now all of you can see the truth. And that's the coach is always on your side. Have a wonderful day, guys, and I hope that you've been enlightened today. And hopefully the next video is a lot more positive. Peace out, everybody. It's Coach K.